What is up, world? You are in tune to the Know It All podcast. And of course, you have your usual suspects here with you. Myself, Big G, what's popping, man?
What's poppin', man? Just watched two outstanding conference championship games. Probably best back-to-back conference championship games in a long time. Outstanding. Great football. Proud of the NFL. Happy that they put out a good product. Made everybody stay up and watch it because it was outstanding football. So we're going to wrap it up and talk a lot about that probably on the show.
Big Tate, what's popping, man? How you doing? I noticed you in all black. How you feeling?
I'm all right, man. What's up with you and Big G, man? All is good.
Man, we
Yeah.
ready to get to it, man.
And didn't get the Super Bowl. One of both the teams I was pulling for a loss. But,
Well, we're going to get into it, man. But before we get into it, make sure that you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube and Twitch so that when we go live, you'll definitely get those notifications. Man, and we're going to jump right into it without the intro tonight, man. I just want to tell you guys, listen, man, I feel bad for Detroit. I feel like Detroit pitched it down their leg. They had an opportunity. They were up. And, the freak play happened, of course. That was a freak play. It was totally a freak play. He misses the interception. And we're talking about in the Detroit San Francisco game. We'll go there first since it just ended. He misses the interception, and it falls right into Brandon Ayuk's hands. That changed the complexity of the game, if you ask me. That was it. That was it. Because they were down. They were down 27-10 at that point, right?
No.
Or was it 24-10?
No, it was 24-17, and when he misses that interception,
no. It's 24-10 because that gave them the 17.
right. Then Gibbs fumbled and they tied it at 24.
Yeah, that changed the complexity of the game. That's a fluke play, man. Tate, how you feeling, man? Talk to me about it because I know it's Detroit about everybody. Detroit over everybody.
Yeah, man, it was a tough loss, man. I feel like it was a tale of two halves. Detroit dominated the first half. San Francisco dominated the second half with help from Detroit. I think at least one of them field goals Detroit should have taken. I think Josh Reynolds dropped too many balls.
Facts. Total
I mean?
facts.
And yeah, Claude, I was going for the Ravens, man. Just like I was going for I'm Ohio State fan. I was going for Michigan in the championship. I don't have a problem going with my competition when I'm not in it. It only gives us some more to strive for when we play them. We could potentially be playing and beating the Super Bowl champions, or say we beat the Super Bowl champions twice this year. So yeah, I was going for the Ravens.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, those Josh Reynolds drops was huge, especially that first fourth down one.
That was huge. And then he over on the sideline smiling. If I'm his teammate, man, I go off at that point.
Yeah, I think that's Jared Goff. Boy, he came with Jared Goff from the Rams, didn't he?
Yep, he did. That is facts.
Yeah, so those were some big drops. And I really feel like Detroit didn't play a bad game. The Purdy's ability to get out the pocket and scramble with his legs three or four times probably, was a huge difference too.
Yeah, agree. Hey, but Tate, Mod, I already done told you this, and I'm going to keep on saying it. When a team is built to win a Super Bowl, they have a 3 to 4 year window. Normally what happens is they get to a conference championship game, they see what the deficiencies are, they make the adjustments, and they swing back around. I think the Detroit Lions have identified their two links. I think that they definitely need a third receiver. They got Jameson Williams, they got Laporta, they have St. Brown. You got to get a guy to replace Josh Reynolds. And I think they definitely got to get a new cornerback. I know they just got Cam Sutton. They picked him up, signed some contract or whatever, but they have to address their secondary. If they don't address their secondary, that window is going to close faster than a 3 to 4 year period. But I think they're built to win a Super Bowl. So I think that if they make those two adjustments, and when their coaches just got to realize, Tate, like you said, when it comes to conference championship games, you can't take points off the board. So when you're in field goal range and stuff like that, bro, kick the field goal because every point counts. They just lost the game by 3. On that 4th and 2, they don't go for it. They kick the field goal. They're in overtime. So every point counts. And I think sometimes you got to learn by going through it. But they definitely have a championship window. And I think that they just need to make a couple of adjustments. And Dan Campbell just drop it back a little bit. But they're right there. They're right there, in my opinion.
So I need to ask Tate, are we putting Claude in the matrix at this point?
Claude don't got to go in the matrix, man. I understand what he's talking about. I'm saying I'm just different. If the Browns had been in, I'd have been room for them.
Yeah,
why? I'm tired of Patrick Mahomes. I really didn't want to root for him.
I know that I'm tired. I enjoy watching this greatness, but we'll talk about that, man.
I enjoy watching it too, but he could have lost.
We'll talk about it, man. So watching this game, Dan Campbell, you're right. You're right, G. But you can't. This is what got you here.
Mm-hmm.
That gambler, taking chances mentality got you. You don't change it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So because he got here this way, I respect it. I respect it. 110%. He got here. He did his thing. And Dan did an excellent job. If it wasn't for my guy down there at the Texans, he'd probably be in contention for the coach of the year. He definitely will. But I mean, hey, when it comes down to it, coach of the Texans is going to win the coach of the year.
DeMeco Ryans.
Yeah, DeMeco Ryans. So, man, listen, G, I hear what you were saying, and like I said about the 3-year window. Like I said, this was a chance for Detroit to steal one. It just was. It was a chance for them to steal one. They were close. And you got to understand, teams don't get here. It's not a guarantee that you can get here. Philadelphia thought it was a lock this year for them to get back to the conference championship. It was not. Listen, there's a reason why people played their whole career without getting to an NFC championship game or a Super Bowl. It's hard to do. And people that do it a lot, they're anomalies and they're not the regular. They're not the norm. You know what I'm saying? They're definitely not the norm.
But the teams that are built to make it to Super Bowls are the norm. And when you and this is a conversation.
That means everybody would be making it to the Super Bowl, G.
No, that's not what it means, because I told you off air, and I'm sticking to this. Not every team is built or building to win a Super Bowl. I ran down 10 teams right off the back with me and you talking, and they ain't sniffed, let alone part of the playoffs, let alone a conference championship, let alone a Super Bowl. So there's 32 teams in the league. There's minus 10 right off the back, 22. So not everybody's out there playing to build a roster to put themselves in position to win a Super Bowl. Not everybody does that. Heck, Tate, me and you, listen, we diehard Steelers fans. I don't know if we built over the last 3, 4, 5 years trying to get a Super Bowl. I think we're in the right trajectory now, but we haven't been. Not since Ben's decline, no. So that's why I said when you build a team, and that's what Detroit is. Detroit is the second or third youngest team in the whole NFL. They are building to get a Super Bowl, and I think that they were a year early. I think they were 1 year early.
Well, that's what Rod just said.
That's what I'm saying. But
that's what he said. They could have stole one because this really wasn't their time.
But I don't think they was going to beat Kansas City. But I just don't think that.
Well, they already beat them. We don't know. I didn't think they was going to beat San Francisco. I was rooting for them.
Yeah. But I think everybody has, when you really are building with a Super Bowl, you get a 3 or 4 year window.
Detroit if they have another good draft with their first 3 or 4 picks, in free agency, they can get somebody, 1 or 2 pieces, because people going to want to go there. People going to play because they up and coming winner, and they look like Dan Campbell's a good coach to play for.
Top 5.
So you got to look at those trends trending in that direction. Mm-hmm. Detroit, now they will be competing with a better Green Bay team next year in that division.
Tate, I said this, Tate.
Facts. That is facts. But I don't know if they're good enough to beat them yet.
Who, Green Bay?
Not yet.
They could be.
Well, they beat them already. So But here's what we need to talk.
When did they didn't beat Detroit last year?
They beat, yes,
it
they
was
did.
1-1. They beat them
They
back.
beat them on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Yeah, they beat them on Thanksgiving. My what I think about this whole thing is I'm going to reserve my comments till after the draft and we see what they look like, because honestly, I think they're a young team, and I think, they're one of the better teams in the NFC. And if, depending on who gets better and who takes step back, it's definitely one of those things to look at. I mean, let's talk about Mahomes and the Chiefs in Baltimore. The Chiefs in Baltimore, bro. Listen, and you're right, B-Dirt. I said that, man. If that changed the play, I said that play actually changed the complexion of the game.
It did. That is facts.
And let's talk about the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens in this game, man. First and foremost, man, I feel bad. I have to say this. I feel bad for Lamar because the narrative is going to be he's great in the regular season, horrible in the playoffs. That's going to be the narrative.
That's
and
facts.
I just don't think that's accurate, because the man ran up against one of the greatest ever. I mean, listen, if Mahomes wins a Super Bowl this year, he's better than Joe Montana. And he's GOAT-ish. He's not the GOAT, but he's GOAT-ish. You know what I'm saying?
Don't Joe Montana got 4?
Yeah, but he didn't get that fast, man.
Joe Montana got 3 rings.
He didn't get that fast. He didn't get that fast, man.
3.
He got 4, Big G.
No, Steve Young got 1 of them.
And they got 5 total.
No, I'm gonna look it up. Keep talking. Go ahead.
And so my point is he's looking rather goatish, man. At this point, he's looking goat-like. You know what I mean? And he's morphing into a goat. He ain't the goat milk. He ain't the goat cheese.
Hey, let me cut you off real quick, because Lamar Jackson's defense gave him every opportunity in the second half. They shut Patrick Mahomes out.
Facts.
Shut him out.
Joe got 4. Tate, you were right.
Yeah,
Facts.
I'm always right.
No,
but
you ain't always right. Keep talking.
I'm always more right than you.
Not facts.
Put your
Not
fact
facts.
sign up. Put it up.
No, I'll put the fact sign up like this, upside down facts.
Hey, but Mod, now in the first quarter and a half, Mahomes was dicing them up. He started like 10 for 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Kels had a big game. But the second half, they had every opportunity. And Lamar Jackson back there standing in the pocket too long, getting stripped, not going to his strength. He could have used his legs a lot more.
Facts.
This is a game you go all out. You know what I mean? He overthrew a couple deep shots. He threw that interception in the end zone. I understand why you taking up for him, because it's kind of like the Dak Prescott syndrome. So I get it. But this is Lamar's fault.
Yeah, that's totally his fault.
No, so the reason why I'm taking up for Lamar is that people were waiting, and I see it. They were waiting. First and foremost, B-Dirt said Baltimore imploded, lost composure at every opportunity. My thought process here is this, man. You're gonna say he's not a good quarterback. We all know that he's about to win the MVP, right? So he's going to be a 2-time MVP.
But bro, nobody's not going to say he's not a good quarterback.
That they're waiting to say that. Yes, they.
No,
I was rooting for Lamar. Lamar let me down. I said I want to see Lamar win one. I'm not a Steeler hater that wasn't going for Lamar. I want to see Lamar win one, and Lamar let his team down. Yeah, in the second half, especially.
Yeah, nobody's not going to say Lamar Jackson's not a good quarterback. What they're going to say,
they're out there. They're out there waiting.
What they're going to say, he's not. What they're going to compare him to is Steve Young. Until he's able to get one, his comparison, his trajectory is Steve Young. That's what Steve Young.
And he's not a bad quarterback. He's a bad big game quarterback, just like Dak Prescott.
Well, more closer comparison is Steve Young. You can say realistically that Lamar Jackson and Steve Young run right up against each other. Until Steve Young was able to get his, everybody said that Steve Young couldn't win the big one.
But still, look at Steve Young's completion percentage, passer rating, and all those things. It's up there with some of the best. Lamar Jackson is not.
True.
So,
Okay.
yeah, the comparison is they both running quarterbacks initially, and you say, oh, they can't win with their running quarterback. Yeah, there's that narrative. But just as a better passer, which it seems to be Lamar's problem, they both, I mean, Kansas City was blitzing so much today. He couldn't pick it up and find the hot receiver, find the one-on-one. He could do none of that.
Look at this. But I mean, he was playing against a second-rate defense.
But
but
listen.
But look,
they didn't blitz him like that, though. They didn't blitz him like that.
Hold on. Listen to these stats. They played they played double high a lot.
They played cover 2, cover 3 almost the whole game.
A lot, yeah. Which is what you do against Lamar Jackson.
Exactly.
30 for 39, 241 yards and 1 touchdown. He missed 9 passes. My homeboy is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then when you look at Lamar Jackson, he was
20 for more yards.
20 of 37.
Kansas City blitzed 44% of the snaps. 44%. That's a high blitz rate. Like I said.
But they sat in cover 2 the majority of the game.
Blitz 44% of the time. Lamar.
That means 56% of the time they was in cover 2.
I didn't expect him to blitz 75% of the game, but
I understand
those opportunities Lamar had, he couldn't take advantage of them.
I agree.
I get that.
Agreed. I'll co-sign on that. But when it comes down, like I said, when it comes down to it, that's the tail of the tape for me. 20 for 37. You missed 17 passes, bro. 17. And there was a couple of them that he had men wide open. And, I mean, if it were the fifth, everybody be drunk. And like I said, when it comes down to it, the fumble in the end zone hurt. I hate that rule, by the way. I hate that rule when you fumble in the end zone. It's a touchback. I dislike that rule.
He wasn't clear of the goal line when he fumbled.
If he broke the goal line, it would have been a touchdown. He fumbled outside the end zone.
Yeah, he wasn't clear.
And it didn't go through the end zone for a touchback.
They recovered it.
recovered it.
But you know what the worst issue is? And I'm gonna stick to my guns on this. You know what beats cover 2 and cover 3 all day and night? You know what beats it all day and night? 3-by-1 formations, flooding the zone, and a guy running up the seam. Did you see Lamar Jackson throw that pass the whole game? He didn't. That's telling me that the coaches didn't recognize 3-by-1 beats the middle of the field in cover 2. Cover 2 kills. You get killed in cover 2 in the middle of the field with your tight end or your inside slot receiver running a 7 route, running a comeback route, or running a clear the zone route. It kills it every freaking time.
Jesse Lowe just said exactly what you're saying. He said Lamar never hit the middle. Receivers were wide open a lot.
That's how you beat cover 2.
Yeah.
And maybe he can't see it. Because if you're moving and you're moving 1,000,000 miles an hour and you're not stopping to look, you see what I'm saying? Because you're indecisive. Maybe he just didn't see it. But he didn't hit in the middle of the field. Not the whole freaking game. They could have schemed Odell Beckham open. They could have schemed Zay open in the middle of the field, and they didn't. They didn't do it. So that hurts you, So we talking. That's why I mean, like, Lamar's good, but maybe Lamar's got to get a little bit more coaching, and maybe he's got to be like, because this is really the first year we saw Lamar actually pass the ball like an NFL quarterback. So now do he just got to learn? Hey, look, bro, you ain't got to depend on your legs. Just stop, because he moved the pocket the whole game. He repurposed the pocket the whole game.
Hey, man, so Joe Burr's coming back. You know what I'm saying? Listen, with Joe Burr coming back, man, that you ain't gonna get an opportunity to do. It's gonna be a little bit different. Let's just say that.
That's what champions do.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a little bit different. You know what I'm saying?
When Lamar repurposed the pocket, Big G, those are some of the opportunities he should have taken to run. Like I said, he should have used his legs a lot more to threaten the defense. Then he was just standing there making bad passes. His passes steady getting blocked. I mean, he just steady dumping off to the running backs out the backfield, which worked some of the time. But yeah, I was really unsatisfied with Lamar in today's performance.
Really, the Kansas City Chiefs ran the playbook of the Steelers. The Steelers run the exact same playbook on Lamar. Make him throw the ball in the middle of the field.
Where'd you hear that at?
I've been on it.
I text you that. I said Lamar playing like he played. This is the same thing the Steelers do to him.
But bro, this is stuff we talk about all the time. But Lamar can't beat Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh sits in cover 2 on him. They sit in cover 2 on him. Everything's in front of him. And they're like, throw the ball in the middle of the field. And Lamar don't do it. So Kansas City went to the Pittsburgh Steelers playbook, watched the film, was like, oh, okay. If he beats us, he beats us. And he didn't throw the ball in the middle of the field. And like I said, that could be a coaching issue. That really could be a coaching issue because like I said, this is the first year he had legit receivers on the outside. And maybe Lamar's just got to see when he removes that pocket. Because listen, once you get one past 1,003, it's hard to hold another dude, bro. It's hard to hold him.
It's time. Yeah. It's time to go. Or if somebody's breaking deep, you can hit him. I need to say something. Travis Kelce is that man.
He's the GOAT.
He will have a yellow jacket, first ballot Hall of Fame.
He's the GOAT.
He's like that. He's like that for real.
That's some expert analysis right there, man.
I'm just trying to tell you, man. And look, there's only a couple of pair of brothers like that who are actually going to be. And we talked about this offline. The Kelce's are first ballots. The Watts are first ballots. You know what I'm saying? And that's all you. I mean, for real, that's not common. To have two brothers be first ballot Hall of Famers.
The Sharps should be.
The Sharps absolutely should be. Yeah. Absolutely.
But they wasn't though.
Yeah, I'm telling. But the older Sharp brother was a killer. You hear me? Yeah, Sterling was a killer. If it wasn't for his neck, oh my gosh. But there's not many brothers who came to the Tiki and Ronde didn't make it. Tiki.
No, they were both first. They were both. No, I think they're both in.
No.
Ronde's in and Tiki's. No, I think Tiki's in.
Tiki's not in.
Oh no. I thought he was in. I'll keep talking. I think he's in.
Tiki, I don't think Tiki's in. Diggs. So Rodney Towles, the Diggs brothers.
No,
I don't think Diggs as the receiver Diggs. I don't know if he's gonna be able to get there. You know what I'm saying?
I would more doubt the cornerback Diggs.
Well, 11 interceptions in 1 year.
In 1 year, right? Look what Stephon did done for the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah,
11 interceptions in 1 year. I get why you sticking with him. He's a Cowboy. But if we're being realistic,
not just that, but I think that's a record, man. 11 interceptions in 1 year. That's not a record.
It ties a record.
Claude said Tiki ain't in. He won't get in. He should be in though.
Yeah, I don't think Tiki will get in because I mean, look at the running backs ahead of him.
That's fact. That's a lot of facts. There's
a lot of them that are not in. You know what I'm saying?
But Travis Kelce is the GOAT.
Yeah.
There is not a tight end better than him.
Never.
I don't. People can say Gronk.
Yeah.
They can say you run whoever you want up against him. Nah, they're not better than Kelce. Kelce's a beast, bro.
Not at all.
Kelce is a beast. Well, he's different.
It depends on what you're looking for. I mean, I do agree with y'all, but Gronk is going to give you more inline, more blocking, more physicality. Travis Kelce is a better receiving tight end.
Yeah, he is. But
it depends on which way you're going.
The touchdowns he just passed. in catches he just passed Jerry Rice. That's goatish. That's GOAT talk.
Most playoff receptions ever.
Yeah, and Rodney said the Bosa brothers. No, I don't think so.
No, not Joey. No, not Joey. Joey, no. Nicky, maybe. He said Gonzalez is the only one with Kelce. Nah, bro. Gonzalez
is close.
Nah, bro.
Tony Gonzalez is close, but he's not Kelce. He's close though.
Nah, man.
It's a different era. But if you ask Kansas City fans, I bet if you ask the older ones, they say Gonzalez is the best one.
Tony Gonzalez.
And you ask the ones now, the younger ones, they say Kelce. But they arguably had two of the best tight ends all time in NFL history.
Yeah.
So hey man, I already done told you they're gonna cheat. The Kansas City they're gonna cheat some kind of way and figure out how to get Bowers down there to replace Kelce. They're gonna cheat, dog. I'm telling you, it's coming.
So we're not gonna be on here long, you guys, but we got 4 questions. I got 4 questions in it, and if you guys have some input on the end, we can get out of here. Number 1, do we think Belichick is gonna coach in the NFL this year at all?
No.
Give me your reasons, Big G.
Because there's only one job left, Seattle. Washington's going to hire the offensive coordinator from Detroit. He's not going to get Seattle in that culture because he'll go in there and wreck shop with the culture. They got to get a guy who's the Pete Carroll disciple. So if it ain't Vrabel, I'm anxious to see who they get. That might be what a 49ers OC, Kubiak, ends up as out there in Seattle. But they have to get a guy that's going to fit that culture, and Belichick don't. Belichick's chance to get a coaching job was in Atlanta, and Atlanta said no because he wanted entirely too much control. And you ain't getting all that control. At 72 years old, man, please. You ain't going to be the GM, the coach, everything? No, bro.
So, Tate?
Belichick also don't get along with Rich McKay, the CEO of the Falcons.
Facts.
And Rich McKay been there for 20 years. And
is this the guy who bronzed this stuff?
Who what?
Who bronzed this junk? Is that this guy we talking about?
I'm not aware of nothing like that. What you talking about?
He bronzed this junk. Yeah, that's
Did
that
he?
guy.
Rich McKay?
He bronzed this junk. But go ahead.
I think you're wrong. But
no, it's sitting on his office. I want you to Google it. But anyway, just go ahead.
But yeah, they don't get along. And I feel like some of the talk is when Belichick met with Arthur Blanks, he's telling him, I don't want to work with him. He can't, be over me. He's the CEO of the Atlanta Falcons, and he's been working for Arthur Blanks for 20 years now.
Facts.
So if I think that's when they quickly pivoted and turned to Raheem Morris.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he'll get the job this year, and it could be tough after. A desperate team may pick him up next year. He may come back just because he's trying to get them 15 wins he needs to pass Don Shula.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's done for this year too. I don't see Seattle being that gig like Big G say. Mm-hmm. But I don't see Seattle wanting a Pete Carroll disciple. Seattle if they wanted a Pete Carroll disciple, they should have kept Pete Carroll.
Right.
They need to go a whole different direction. Maybe offensive guy. Maybe like Big G said, the guy from
49ers.
Kubiak.
Yeah.
Clint Kubiak. But I mean, yeah, so I think Bill Belichick is not going to coach this year. And if don't know desperate team picking up next year, he's arguably done. Because you 72, you're not getting no younger.
Facts.
Yeah. So my take on that is I agree with both of you guys. And what G said was, I think, the pivotal thing, bro. Nobody's giving you that type of control. You ain't drafted nobody to speak of in years. So
ever.
No.
Ever. Who did he? Gronk? Gronk?
No, so you ain't drafted nobody in years. So I don't think you go there. No, question number 2.
Mm-hmm.
The Jim Harbaugh hire. I can't even get it out. It's hard to say. How do we feel about that? Do we think that he's going to be successful year 1 with San Diego? And I'm going to start with you, Tate. Is he successful straight off the press in year 1?
Yeah, out the gate. I mean, they compete with Kansas City for that division. I mean, the Raiders will be better. I think Denver, I don't know who their quarterback going to be. Could take a step off. But the Chargers got pieces in place, man. You know what I mean? You already got your quarterback, Justin Herbert. They got defensive players. They just need a defensive scheme. I believe Harbaugh going to bring McDonald with him from Michigan to be the defensive coordinator. So I think the defense gets better. The offense, I mean, but the thing is, they got the quarterback and they got the left tackle. You know what I mean? I can see them drafting Brock Bowers, getting the tight end. And if Mike Williams is healthy, you let Keenan Allen play his last year out, and you can get a running back in the 3rd or 4th round. And they right back at it. They're competing with the Kansas City for that division.
I like them defensively. Big G, what do you think?
It depends on. So Harbaugh's, and I'm not making fun of him or picking at him. So anybody that's a Michigan fan, I'm not picking at Harbaugh or making fun of him. He's a weird guy. Harbaugh always does stuff that is not traditional. And so it depends on how much he fools with this roster. Really, to be honest, does he stand pat and feel like the secret sauce is him coming in and coaching them to change the culture and adding 1 or 2 pieces? Or does he decide to blow it up? He could go either way. And with Harbaugh, you never know. You don't know if Harbaugh is sitting back and like salivating at J.J. McCarthy, who he said is once in a generation quarterback, because he's already said that out of his mouth. Or does he stand pat? So you don't know. It's a hard deal with Harbaugh. It's hard to figure out. And it's not like he's tipped his hand and said, well, I've got this guy and I like this guy, because I've watched every interview he's been on. All he's been talking about is him setting the culture in Los Angeles. So I'm anxious to see, because I'm telling you, if he decides to blow it up, it'll be 2 years. But believe me, I think he's very capable of building a team that can contend for the Super Bowl. There's no doubt, because he's already done it. He did it in San Francisco. He did it in college. And he got them. There's a such thing as a Michigan man. So I understand. So it just depends on which way Harbaugh goes, bro. It really does.
So now that we're looking at that, and we got, Harbaugh out the way, we had another coaching switch. Kellen Moore, it became the offensive coordinator in Philadelphia. How are we feeling about that, Tate? Talk to me about that. Like, how do you feel about Kellen Moore becoming the OC at Philadelphia?
Man, I think it's an upgrade what they had last year, but they still missing Steichen, who's the coach of the Colts now. He's not better than him, but he'll be better than what they were last year. I think he can do some stuff around Jalen Hurts, man, because face it, Philly got pieces, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If A.J. Brown comes back content, you got Devontae Smith, you got the tight end, Goddard, you got Swift at running back. They got pieces. Offensively, they got pieces. I think Kellen Moore can do something with him. Again, that division next year will be between them and Dallas, and it just depends on how things shakes out.
G?
Trash hire. Trash. Kellen Moore didn't do nothing in Dallas. He went out to the Chargers. He was supposed to fix Justin Herbert. He didn't do nothing out in the Chargers. And now they're going to bring him in to try to fix Jalen Hurts. It ain't going to work. Kellen Moore's offense is set up, and I know this because we've talked about this a million times. They run choice routes. Choice routes means that your quarterback has got to be smart enough to read the defense. I'm not saying that Jalen Hurts is not smart enough, but you got to be pinpoint accurate to run that type of scheme. So I don't see how it's a fit, because Jalen, like Lamar, has to win with his legs. He can't always win with his arm. So how Kellen Moore, you've already seen them. Justin Herbert was supposed to be able to beat people with his legs. It don't work. So I think it was a trash hire, and it actually could be the demise of their coach. Their coach could actually get cooked for this one. In my opinion, it could be all over with at the end of this season.
Yeah, I think it was. I agree with you, Big G. You need a coach who is gonna allow Hurts to be Hurts, and Kellen Moore's not that guy. He's definitely not that guy, and I don't see. I just don't see Kellen Moore having success in Philly, and it really makes no sense for that hire.
Hey, tell Jesse I ain't hating on Jalen Hurts. I'll never hate on Jalen. Never. B-Dirt
said Hurts is not.
But Jesse said I'm hating on him. I ain't hating on him. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest about Jalen. He got to throw. He got to throw. You need a quarterback. You need a quarterback coach and a quarterback guru that can get in his ear and be like, bro, the perfect dude would have been, Byron Leftwich. Byron Leftwich would have been perfect to help him. But, that's that. Oh, absolutely, Tate. Absolutely.
Okay.
He played the position the same way.
The Byron Leftwich played the position like Jalen Hurts?
Byron Leftwich, when he was at Marshall, was a running quarterback first.
No, he was not.
He was not.
He was not.
I got to.
You can look at Byron Leftwich's career rushing yards at Marshall. It ain't nothing. That's how that game he got hurt in one of the bowls up in Detroit. They had to carry him down the field because he's just a standing in the pocket quarterback. He wasn't no runner, Big G.
So you don't think he could? You don't think he could have helped Jalen Hurts? You don't think he could have helped him at all? Absolutely, he would have helped him. He'd have showed him how to sit down in the pocket.
You said he could have helped him because he was the same kind of quarterback.
Well, maybe I was referring to him being the same skin color, being the same type of quarterback.
Okay, all right. Well, you can say that. You can definitely say that. We don't have no filter on that. Steelers. The question number 3. How do y'all feel about Arthur Smith for offensive coordinator position? How y'all feel about that hire? Talk to me about that. And I'll start.
He ain't hired.
No, I'm just saying he's being. How would you feel? How would you feel about that hire?
It's a dumpster fire hire. It's a dumpster fire hire. He does not fit the culture of the Pittsburgh Steelers. He doesn't help us, and he's not a suitable coach to run an offense for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't see how, when, what, and why. And you know what's going to tell me what it's to tell? If he's hired as the OC, they're going to try to fix Kenny Pickett. And we're just going to throw another season down the drain. That's what that's telling me. If they hire him, because they're going to think Arthur Smith can fix Kenny Pickett. He can't do it, bruh. Arthur Smith is not a good OC. Not like that. Not at all. So, no, I don't like it. I hope they moving on and kick it on down the line. I hope Tate was right by what he was saying. They was waiting for the 49ers to lose. So we try to get a shot at Brian Greasy or the guy up there in Miami. I'm hoping, because I think we missed on Zach Robinson. But that's just me. But Arthur Smith, stay out the league, bro. Stay out the league. Stay out the league. You not in Pittsburgh. No.
Tate, how you feeling about that?
I gotta disagree with Big G on one or two things. As we said when we talking backstage, Zach Robinson was going to Atlanta regardless. When Raheem Morris got the job, they've been coaching together the past few years. Raheem Morris is a defensive guy. He's going to give him total control of the offense with what I said, what I feel like could be better pieces in the Steelers. And Big G said, yeah, we got a couple better rooms, but as a unit, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and Bijan Robinson are better than George Pickens, Pat Freiermuth, and Najee Harris. You know, but the room in Pittsburgh is better. Tight end room is better. Wide receiver room is probably better. You know, running back room could be better if you put in Jalen Warren, but the dude Algier for Atlanta was a good backup back too, second back also.
That is facts. He's very good.
You know, but Arthur Smith, I think he's a better coordinator he's given credit for. I mean, he turned Tannehill's career around, took them, Tennessee, to an AFC championship under Vrabel, and Derrick Henry had 2,000-yard season under Arthur Smith. But I don't want him.
Please, thank you.
But I feel like if they get him, the thing is going to be bringing somebody else young under him to help him out. As that pass game coordinator, that offensive coordinator assistant, somebody like a Jared Johnson. The dude, Thomas Brown, just got fired from Carolina, so he don't have a job no more. So he could come in as an offensive assistant or, you know, analyst or something like that. And I do think I want the Steelers to get Clint Kubiak. That's who I want.
Yeah.
My first choice. And
Greasy?
Kubiak, my first choice. I'm Greasy up there, but Greasy don't necessarily come right behind Kubiak. I think Kubiak been around the game more. Greasy just came out the booth about 3 or 4 years ago.
Facts.
You know, but I do like Kubiak a lot. I do think the Steelers, if they're gonna hire 2 people, just like they hired Omar Khan and then hire Andy Wild in that front office, the GM and stuff, assistant GM. They're gonna hire 2 offensive guys. My first pick is Kubiak. Then to back that up is Thomas Brown was fired, Gavin. Check it out. But but they're gonna bring in somebody young if it was Arthur Smith. You know what I mean? So
I got a question, Tate. Why not just hire Johnson flat out as the OC?
Well, because Tomlin said he wanted somebody as an experienced play caller. Okay. He's never called plays. And he's 35 years old. He's been a where has he been? He's been like a quality control coordinator.
Yeah.
He's been assistant quarterback coach, couple places.
He played in the league. He played in the league.
Played in the league, not good, not long.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been with C.J. Stroud's quarterback coach. So, but that's why you just don't hire him as the offensive coordinator right out. If they did, I wouldn't be mad. Somebody gave Tomlin a chance.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be mad at that. But I'm telling you what my thinking is on it.
All right. So
get him out.
Question number 4, and I'm gonna stay with you, Tate. Browns hiring the Bills offense coordinator Ken Dorsey. Good hire or trash hire?
I think that's more trash than Kellen Moore.
Facts. Facts. Total facts.
Wow.
You saw how Buffalo turned around when Ken Dorsey got gone.
Total facts.
They started implementing James Cook more.
Yeah.
Using Josh Allen more in the run game.
Yeah.
When he left, they started running more. Now, what's Cleveland Browns' identity? If Nick Chubb comes back healthy, you got Kareem Hunt. Cleveland wants to run the ball and play 12 personnel. That's everything that Dorsey don't do. We just seen him not do it.
Total facts.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily like the hire, but it works for me because they're in our division. If he want to throw picks to Joey Porter Jr. 3 times in 2 games and let Minka get a couple picks off the back end back there because Dorsey keep putting it up with Deshaun Watson, I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Big G, on you, man. What do you think of that hire?
Tate hit facts so many times on that, it was ridiculous because that is a worse. Matter of fact, he gets the Ultimo Dragon scrub sign, dog. He's a scrub as far as an OC. Look what Joe Brady did with dude, bruh. Wait till Joe Brady get a whole offseason with Josh Allen. Because Joe Brady is a monster. Look what he did with Joe Burrow. Then look what he did when he comes to the league. He's a monster. But Ken Dorsey? Ken Dorsey been trashed since the Buckeyes popped that boy in 2002, 2003 for the national championship. He been trashed that long. He ain't the dude, bruh. He ain't that guy. He ain't that guy. So,
all right, so
no.
Staying with you, G, and switching. This is question number 5. Switching gears. The ball has been going through the hoop at an extraordinary pace. Mm-hmm. Joel Embiid went for 60 some odd.
70.
It went for 70. Okay. Luka went for 73.
Facts.
And then Book went for 62. So let me ask you.
63.
63. Is it good offense or just poor defense?
Changing the game. The basketball still draw 2 and kick, but it's draw 2 and kick to the 3-point line versus draw 2 and kick and throw the ball in the post. And dudes are shooting the 3 ball at an extraordinary clip. And you can sit in zone defense now, which was supposed to make it easier, but nah, bro. It's just this the way that basketball is played. You got teams. Listen, I saw a team score 140 something points and lose. That's the last time I remember stuff like that happening, because all of us is old enough to remember when remember the Denver Nuggets back in the 80s?
Yeah.
When they had that dog squad and they hit 140 and still lose?
Yeah. Because
it was more about quantity, basketball, getting the ball in the hoop. If they score, so what? Let's go back on the other end and get them. So it's no. And listen, all y'all out there, like I'm saying, and I'm going to keep on saying, Shea over Luka, because it's already been proven. He's number 2 in the MVP voting. They're the number 1 team in the Western Conference right now, and Dallas might not even make the freaking playoffs. So stop it. Shea's better than Luka. He's number 2 in MVP voting. It's Joel Embiid, then him. Right now, today, they're the number 1 team in the Western Conference, and Dallas is in 8th, holding on by a thread, and that's just because the Lakers ain't caught on fire yet. So get Dallas out of here, bro. Shea's better than Luka. Stop it.
All right.
The proof's in the pudding. I mean, what more do I got to prove?
Tate, what do you got? What do you got, man? Is it offense or is it good offense or bad defense?
Shea is number 1 in MVP odds right now, but Luka's number 2. And Giannis is 3. I'm looking at it right now. Wait. No, okay, I'll take that back. Embiid is 1.
Mm-hmm.
Joker's 2. Shea is 3. Luka's 4. As I'm looking at it right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Shea over Luka.
Yeah.
Right.
For now. But nah, it's what G said, though. It's just a change in the game. The pace is different. The defenses are different. I mean, I'm old enough to remember the old ABA, like Big G was saying, when them teams came over and you got the team, the Denver Nuggets with Dan Issel and Fat Lever and
Alex English.
Alex English. Yeah, how am I missing Alex English? Alex English. But that was a scoring game. Then in the early 90s, it transitioned to defense. You got the Pistons in the late 80s coming into the 90s. You got the New York Knicks. You got the Miami Heat.
Bulls.
The Bulls played defense like that too, but they wasn't the Bulls. They started that defense because of the Bulls.
Yeah,
the physicality.
Facts.
The Bulls could play on ball defense because they had Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, Ron Harper.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm talking about just that physicality. I'm talking about your Lambeers and Rick Mahorns and Joe Dumars, and then you go to the Knicks. You got Charles Oakley's, you got Anthony Mason, you got Patrick Ewing. You know what I mean?
Miami.
Alonzo Mourning, Jamal Mashburn, among your boy
PJ Brown.
Yeah, but I think he was there then too, though. He was a bully.
Yeah.
But yeah, so defense, it was a defensive game, it's an offensive game now. The games are built to make fans happy in the stands. It's about the superstar scoring, getting off, getting theirs.
Facts.
And that's just where the game is going, man. But still, you watch when that playoff time come middle into April. You got to have defense to get that chip, though.
Yeah. That is total 175% facts. Definitely. You ain't going to see nobody scoring like that in the playoffs.
175, that's a whole number I ain't heard.
175% facts.
Maybe why you stop at 75? Never mind. He said 7, trash 3. And Gavin said this has been a pretty good year for point guards. Timothy said Bears angry. Thomas said Shea is not better than Luka.
What?
But it's hard to give MVP to a play-in team, to be honest.
Shea is better than Luka. What is you talking
Claude
about?
Bishop said nobody ever doubted that, G. Our point is that you said Luka was not good. Thomas said crazy thing about the 73 to him was that he only took 33 shots. That's impressive.
And do you know that they almost lost? Do you know if Trae Young would have made the 3, they'd have lost?
Devin Booker scored 62 and they did lose.
And they lost. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why I'm saying these
it happens. Michael Jordan had his highest scoring game in the playoffs.
63 and they lost.
Facts. That's why I said that scoring stuff. Yeah. I'm talking about playing.
Thomas, hey, I'm just going to say Luka's good. Thomas said a rule change that doesn't get talked about enough was that a big difference was them resetting the shot clock to 14 after an offensive rebound.
Facts. And having the ball pass half court in 8 seconds versus 10. It speeds it up.
That's true.
They sped up the game.
Both
of those rule changes.
It's definitely more. I bet if you look at the average offensive possession in today's game versus the game 30 years ago, huge difference. And there was a 24-second clock 30 years ago.
Yeah. Facts. Oh, they putting that sucker up at all-time clips, dog. I'm talking about 7 seconds, the ball going up. I mean, that's how it worked,
Hey, but I want to just mention real quick while y'all talking NBA. My Cleveland Cavaliers won 9 out of 10. Well, our Cleveland Cavaliers, me and Big G, done won 9 out of 10.
Well, I was just about to talk about this so that you can work this in. The Celtics are number 1 at 35-11. The Bucks are 32-14. And they're 2, which they just fired their coach, which is crazy.
Total trash.
He should have left. He should have left my guy alone. He should have left him alone. Philadelphia 76, 29-15. Wait a minute. The Bucks, did they just hire
Doc Rivers?
So we need to talk about that before I get out of this. Because I feel like Doc does more with less talent. So the Knicks are in 4th place at 29-17. The Cleveland Cavaliers, aforementioned,
tied.
Are 27-16, and they're 5th place.
They're tied. They're tied based on win-loss percentage. The Cavs and the Knicks are tied for win-loss.
No, it's 6.28 is their percentage, and the Knicks at 6.30.
How many games
they're
back?
0.630. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
How many games back are the Knicks, and how many games back are the Cavs?
The Cavs
the Cavs are half game back.
Yeah, half game because
they okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the Cavs got one less loss than the Knicks and 2 less wins. So that's the half game.
There you go. Makes sense. Okay. Makes a lot of sense.
And in the Western Conference, we got the Thunder first place, which is surprising, 32-14. The Timberwolves at 32-14, so they're literally tied for first place. The Clippers at 30-14 are number 3. The Nuggets, the Nugs are 32-15. The Kings 26-8. The Suns are 26-20. Pelicans at 7, 26-20. The Mavs at 25-21. They're right there in 8th place. The Lakers are at number 9 and the Jazz number 10.
Lakers going to wake up and pass them up. So let's keep it pushing.
Wow. And Gavin said the NBA is way more offensive heavy than it was even 9 years ago. Mm-hmm. And Claude Bishop said that was a terrible move hiring Doc. Here's why I say it. I feel like Doc
put him in the Matrix.
Yeah.
No, I agree with Claude. Tell you can put him in, but I agree with him.
I'll put you in too then. Put them both in the Matrix.
Nope.
You got to go to the Matrix.
What has Doc done?
I feel
what has Adrian Griffin done? He went 30-13, had a good start to his career, but we know Doc has lost the most 3-1 leads, but Doc is a proven playoff coach. Doc is a coach that the players respect. They respect. Giannis wanted Doc. And when the big dog won Doc, and Griffin fired Dame's boy at the beginning of the season, Terry Stotts used to be his coach.
He did fire.
I think it's something in all that. They wanted Doc. They want Doc. And think about it. When Doc got a team that's symbiotic and get along and stuff, like Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen and Rondo at the time, yeah, he coached James Harden was always an attitude, right? In Philly. Mm-hmm. He was always a troublemaker. That team, even though they had good players, they never meshed. I think Giannis, Dame, and Middleton with Lopez is going to mesh, and Doc going to know what to tell them to get over that hump.
The odds tell me that Doc Rivers is going out in the second round of the playoffs with the Milwaukee Bucks because that's where he goes out all the time. The odds tell me that. He got one chip with Boston. That's it.
Yeah, and I agree with Tate, but this is why I agree with Tate. And this is what I was saying. I feel like he does more with less talent because he gets them to buy in. But if he can get the 3 stars to buy in, I think he can be dangerous as a coach in Milwaukee. I really do.
Time will tell. Time will tell.
And Tate just mentioned Griffin fired Griffin fired whatchamacallit's boy.
Terry Stotts.
Sure did.
So at that point, I think that caused a rift. And plus they say Griffin was yelling at Giannis. And you can't have it. Giannis is your star. You know what I'm saying?
That's a problem. If the best player has to get coached the hardest in order to set the culture. I don't care what sport you play.
But
the best player has to be coached the hardest.
I completely agree with you. But Adrian Griffin don't have that resume to come in and yelling at Giannis.
Thank you.
Doc Rivers do.
Thank you.
Okay, I get that. That's fair.
You can only crack the whip when you got these, when you can hold up rings and be like, yeah, I got
Doc can hold up one, but Doc can hold up one ring and Giannis can hold up one ring. Yeah. So it's about equal.
But he wanted Doc. He gonna listen to Doc.
Yeah, that's facts. I agree with that. But I'm glad y'all agree with me. The best players got to get coached the hardest. If you can't hold the best player accountable, you're cooked. I don't care what sport you're in.
Yeah, definitely. You guys got anything before we get ready to get out of here, man?
I wanted to talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers, and you jumped into Doc Rivers, and you told me to work it in, but I don't know how I work it in when you're talking about the Milwaukee Bucks.
Go ahead, man.
Cleveland done won 9 out of 10. In that 10-game stretch, they done beat Milwaukee 2 out of 3. One game, the game they blew them out by 40. Giannis didn't play. Giannis did play this last game. They won by 12, 112 to 100. And Donovan Mitchell, hey, he in the MVP conversation too. He top 5 or 6 right now.
Fact.
And the Cavs have been playing a lot better with Garland and Mobley out. Don't mean that we ain't gonna try to have to figure out how to work them in because they 2 of our top 4 players. But what Donovan Mitchell and Jared Allen have been doing since those guys have been hurt for the past month. I mean, Jared Allen got like 14 or 15 straight double-doubles.
Yeah, that is facts.
Donovan Mitchell averaging 8 assists a game to go along with his 28 points and 6 rebounds. And they done won 9 out of 10. And JB is doing a great job.
Yeah.
And they getting contributions from bench players like LeVert and Sam Merrill. Tristan Thompson's big. He's gonna be suspended for 25 games using them PEDs. But he'll be back with 10, 12 games left to get ready for the playoffs because we're gonna need him. I've loved the addition of Max Strus.
Strus a baller.
Strus a baller on that team. He don't do one thing all the time, but he do everything all the time. I really like Strus, and I think the Cavs are trending in the right direction. And when Garland and Mobley get back to the All-Star break, and I think what they're gonna have to do, Big G, is find a way to let Garland play off the ball more.
Yeah,
I think we've proved that Donovan Mitchell can be a lead guard, and Darius Garland can catch and shoot. And then if Donovan dribble, drive, kick to him, and Garland pump fake with the 3 and drive himself, he creates more opportunities that way.
I think they can take turns too, Tate, like series off and fix the rotation, and when Mitchell goes to the bench to rest, Garland becomes the lead guard. I think they can definitely do that. And I think that works for the Cavs. I think that works.
I don't disagree. But yeah, that's all I want to say. Shout out to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and check out the That's Rather Cavalier podcast on Fans First Sports Network. We used to put them up on the KnoitAllz YouTube channel and the audio, but we ain't really been able to connect and do that like we want to. But me and Big G got away now, so we're gonna be getting them up and out when this season soon. Well, football done for 2 weeks now, so we can really crank out some Cavs stuff, Big G. At least 2 or 3 a week. They play the Clippers tomorrow night. That's gonna be a good one.
Could be an L.
Could be an L, but it is gonna be a nice test.
The 2024 All-Star roster. Just want to squeeze this in before we get out of here. Giannis starting for the East.
Legit.
He's the captain. Joel Embiid, Tyrese Halliburton, Dame, and Jason Tatum. Are we happy with those?
I got an issue with it. Embiid should start, but I got an issue with him. And my issue, the bone to pick with him, is why is he always ducking Joker? He don't never play against Joker because he going to get worked. And they going to show the Joker better than him. He ain't played Joker in forever. Now, but I agree with all the starters, but maybe I think Mitchell should have started.
Yeah, Mitchell.
Over Halliburton?
Over Dame.
Over Dame.
Over Dame. Well, the fan vote.
Yeah.
The fan vote. So in the West, Tate, did you have an issue in the East?
Yeah, just Dame starting over Mitchell. I mean, it is fan vote. 50% fan, 25% player, 25% coaches. So yeah, I get Dame is really like Dame. I like Dame. And Dame should be an all-star. He just shouldn't be a starter. You know what I mean? So now we got to wonder if Mitchell gonna make it along with a couple of the other guys. We've got like Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey got a heavy part of the player vote. And and I think Tyrese Maxey has an argument for all-star, but he should be like the third guard, and as far as votes and everything.
Okay. All right. And on the West, we got LeBron James as the captain. The GOAT, James, as y'all call him, it'll be his 20th year in the All-Star game.
What LeBron do last night, Mod?
I didn't see.
36, 20, and 12. Let me bring it back to your memory at age 39. 36, 20, and 12. GOAT.
GOAT, Big G. Right.
As y'all call him. So he's the captain. Then, of course, he's starting it forward. Luka starting at the main guard. Kevin Durant and Shea and the Joker round out your starting 5. How y'all feeling about that?
I like it. I just wish they had figured out some kind of way to get Book in the starting lineup. Book earned it, man. Book is balling, bro. Book is balling. He dangerous. But I think he'll make the All-Star team for sure. I think he'll make it. Yeah, I hear that goat. I hear that old goat cheese over there. Yeah, goat. Yeah, Ma don't want to. He don't want to face it.
Unless we're talking about Michael Jeffrey Jordan, we got to keep that. We got to keep that.
Man,
team.
you sound like Skip Bayless.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan is the greatest of all times. The greatest that ever put a basketball in his hands. Nobody has went on a three-peat. I'm not fit to go on this rant. You guys, you have anything else? Let's plug all of the shows, man. Let's get the shows, and then we're gonna get out of here. Let's plug our shows.
Well, don't forget for sure to check us out every Sunday on the KnoitAllz podcast. Make sure you check us all out. Check me and Tate Boy Fresh out on Wednesdays, on Puppy Breaks podcast, on Fans First Sports Network, Steel Curtain Network, with our boy Shannon Triple OG Triple. Make sure you watch the Homies podcast on Friday nights with me, B-Dirt, my boy Pay, and Tate Boy Fresh. And come over to Overtime. We got Super Chat Fridays now. It was a success. It was a hit. The Fork in the Road is a great segue, great segment. We had a lot of fun on Friday nights with that. And then don't forget to check me and Andy P out on the Level Up College Football podcast. And like Tate already said, that's Rather Cavaliers, Cleveland Cavaliers podcast on France First Sports Network. You can check them all on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify.
Did you say France First?
Fans First.
I'm trying to figure out where France is.
So in less than a week, with the signs, the promotion of the signs,
yes,
I've had 7 people already contact me directly, getting my inbox information, contacting me via email, sending signs to me, gonna send them through the mail, so that way I can get them up. So I told them, versus going in a 2-week interval, because some people said they needed time, I'm going to run the sign interval all the way through the month of February. So on the last day of February, which is February 28th, every sign that's been sent, I'm going to put it up, and then we're going to make a decision about what sign should be used moving forward on the KnoitAllz podcast.
Nice, Big G. I love it. I will say to you guys, I'm going to have a KnoitAllz shirt on the next time you see us on the KnoitAllz. I'm definitely going to have mine on. These guys won't have theirs for another couple weeks, but I will have mine on the next time that the KnoitAllz comes up. I'm super excited about that. Do we have anything else that we need to say? I do need to plug DC4L. We are DC4L, the Cowboys Global Cast. Need to go ahead and get that in. Of course, that's one of the things that we have on the Fans First Sports Network, FFSN. Then also the Horns and Son, we have that there. So you can check that out. I'm also doing college basketball on Horns and Sons right now. I'm really into college basketball. Is still near and dear to my heart. You know, the guys don't like it, but I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love it.
I like college basketball. Ohio State just sorry.
They need to fire their coach today. They need to change his key code to the Woody today.
They was 12-2 at one point in the season. Now they 13-6.
Yeah,
got smashed by Northwestern.
Yeah,
smashed.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I'm really excited about the Longhorns this year. But I'm gonna tell you, they're in the hardest conference in college basketball. The Big 12 has 8 teams that are ranked in the top 25, and it's just wow. I mean, I'm talking about wow, and we'll probably get 9 into the tournament this year.
Hey, Mon, so I want to say this too while we got the people in the live chat and all whatever else. Be looking out for some shorts that I'm going to be talking about for college football and for the NFL draft, because I am more excited about the NFL draft than I've been in 10 years. I've already told Mod, I've told Tate off air, I think this is the most pivotal draft for at least 9 organizations in the NFL this season. This 2024 NFL draft is going to make or break 9 teams. And I think that teams got to go to work, and they got to go to work early and often to build, because championship windows, it might go from that 3 to 4 year to 2 to 3 year based on roster improvement across the NFL. So I've been in the lab. I've probably watched hours and hours of film already on Patreon. If you don't have Patreon, you need to go get Patreon so you can watch the all 22 film, because it's the best thing you could do to improve your ability to understand concepts in both offensively and defensively in pro football and college football.
Go ahead, Tate.
Hey, Mod.
Yeah.
Do you know with some certainty if teams can talk to coaches that are Super Bowl coaches in the Super Bowl?
As far as for hiring,
they get a week window.
No, they can actually.
Yes, they can. They get a week window.
I don't think they can. I don't think they can, because that's almost like tampering. They're supposed to. They can't interview
that's why it's 2 weeks between the Super Bowl. That's why they allow that grace period. I thought. I would be checking to see if you knew for sure.
Yeah, well, I would think that they can, but you're probably right. I mean, Super Bowl happens February 11th. Way too early Super Bowl prediction. Who you got? Way too early. Way too early. Who you got though?
Kansas City. My homeboy, dog. He the best in the business. You can't pick against him.
Tate?
I mean, you could. My homeboy. You're muted, Tate.
I'm going with the 49ers.
Ooh.
I got Steve Wilkes dialing up some where he can get pressure with 4. Christian McCaffrey gonna have a big game. And yeah, I just think the 49ers get him. Mahomes got him last time off a lucky Tyreek Hill catch, where he kind of just threw up a Hail Mary and Tyreek Hill came down with it. And Jimmy Garoppolo missed that pass by half a yard, or they would have beat him last time, a couple years ago. But yeah, I got the 49ers, man.
And I'm going with who's right above my head. I cannot pick against Mahomes. I can't. He's a savant. He's gonna find a way to win, and that's what that is.
That boy beast.
Hey man, we thank you guys for rocking with us, man. We gonna get up out of here. We appreciate you. And of course, as always, make sure that you like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube and Twitch, so that when we go live, you'll definitely get those notifications. And we are also broadcasting live on X. You can find us on X, formerly used to be Twitter. Man, we're definitely going to get out of here. As for myself, as for Tate, and as for G, we riding. Peace.